Hello everyone. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Hot Topics series. Today I've got an interesting article with different jobs. The worst jobs you can maybe imagine. We'll find out. Maybe you can imagine even worse than these. What you might be surprised about is that some people quite like them. They're quite in demand. So we're going to be reading and discussing this interesting article from The Guardian. Let me get my name on the board there for you. There we go. And as we wait for some people to come in, I'm going to do a quick introduction, and then I'll share the material with you in the chat window, and we will get started. So, a little bit about me. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out, coming at you from Lisbon, Portugal, to bring you this class. If you click on that link in the chat window, you can follow me by clicking on the follow button, and you'll be able to see all my upcoming classes. And of course, you can book a private lesson with me as well. I would just ask that you send me a little message first because my schedule is a little bit full right now. By the way, I've taught over 1,000 classes on Verbling since joining in February of 2014, but over the last 15 years, I've taught in a classroom to teens and adults. I've taught general English, business English. I've taught exam English, courses like FCE, CAE, IELTS, TOEFL, those kind of things. So basically, whatever problems you're having in English, you bring them to me, and we will work out a customized plan to solve that problem for you. Or just come to the group classes and we'll have some fun, hang out, chat, and learn some new vocabulary. So let me get my material on screen with you, and I'll give you a link because I don't see it in the class material, so maybe I didn't put the link there. And just copy and share the link with you in the chat window. Then I'll say hello to everyone, and we will get started. And here we go. Okay, so you can open this article where it says open this. I'll do the same. And in the meantime, let me say hello to first person I saw was Mr. Bruno. Hello, Bruno. How are you today?
Oh, hello, John. I'm fine, thank you, and you?
Excellent. Nice to see you. And we have also Carolina Soto. Is that right? Hello, Carolina.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Carolina. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Very good. And where are you from, Carolina?
I'm from Brazil.
From Brazil. Okay. It must be early in the morning right now. What time is it there?
Yes. Now it's 6 a.m.
6 a.m. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, thank you for joining us. Welcome back, Ms. Rebecca, as well. Hello, Rebecca. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Very good. You're an hour early, Rebecca.
Well,
I never see you in the early classes.
Yeah, I try to take more classes, and then the next hour I can finish the whole hour. So I thought, okay, you know.
I think you made a wise decision, Rebecca.
Oh, no.
I think you made a wise decision. Lots of good vocabulary today. So nice to have you here. And welcome back, Roberto, as well. Hello, Roberto.
Hi, how are you?
Roberto from Madrid.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I remember. And Jose, too. Hello, Jose.
Hello,
nice
John.
To see you.
Nice to see you.
All right. So listen, everyone. I don't think I shared the link in the class material, but I just put it in the chat window. Take a look at this document. Let me close that. I love my job. I have a question for you before we read. Now, what we might do, instead of reading everything together, is I might assign, because this is divided up into parts, I might ask you to read one section and then we report back to the class. We'll see how many people join us. So, but let's start here. The worst jobs in the world. Not so bad, according to some. I want to start with a little discussion. I want you to think for a moment about 5, doesn't have to be 5, it could be less. Let's say 3 to 5 jobs you would absolutely hate doing. Think about them. If you want, you can write them down on a piece of paper or in your notes. Think about them, and then I want you to choose the worst out of that list to share with the group. And then we're going to compare answers. Okay, so take a minute. Think about the 3 to 5 worst jobs, the ones that you would absolutely hate doing. Brainstorm a little bit, and let's compare our answers. Okay? Is everyone thinking?
I can give you 5 jobs.
Well, maybe just one. Pick the worst. Not all of them. What's the one that you would least like to do, Shinyue? Welcome to class, by the way.
I feel I am feeling the least job in China is a teacher in a high school.
That's funny you mentioned that, because we have a teacher from high school in this very room. Why would that be the job you least want to do, Shinyue?
And I have been a teacher in a high school for 11 years. I have done a lot of work, but my salary is very lower than the other jobs.
So there's a problem with teaching. Career advancement doesn't exist.
In a Western country, teachers are the high salary.
Well, I don't know if that's 100% true in every Western country, but yes.
In Germany and in Japan, teachers earn a lot.
In Finland, you're like a rock star if you're a teacher. Finland
Rock
is,
star.
yeah, you're like a rock star.
Oh, in Finland.
In Finland, not anywhere else.
Teacher, you can go to the Finland as a teacher.
Yeah, but I'm not Finnish, so they're not going to give me a job. That's the problem. But it's quite a famous place for being a teacher. Well, speaking about high school teachers, Mr. Jose, you're a high school teacher, aren't you?
Yes. Yes.
Is that
Sometimes it's very stressful.
well? Is that the job you would least like to do?
Yes, I like to do this job, but I think sometimes it's very stressful, this job.
Very stressful. So, what's the job you would least like to do out of your jobs on your list?
Teach at the university will be
Teaching at the university.
better.
It would be better, but the least. Which job would you least?
Ah, the list.
Yeah.
Where is the list?
The list is in your head.
In my head. Okay. Okay.
Unless you wrote it down on paper.
Yes, in my list I would like to teach at the university.
Wait a second, Jose. Jose,
Yes. Wait a second.
what is the job you would hate doing?
Hate doing. For
Yeah.
example, dustman. I hate doing.
Which job? Sorry?
Dustman.
Dustman. What does a
Yes,
dustman
dustman.
do? You mean clean the streets?
Yes.
So,
Desmond is a garbage collector, no?
okay, got it. So,
I ate this job. Or Barry did the people when you.
hey, you know what, Jose? When I was in New York,
Yes.
I'm not joking about this. Garbage collectors, not okay. There's different kinds of jobs, but
Okay.
some of those jobs made $60,000 a year. Now, I'm
Okay.
not saying that the people riding on the back of the truck made $60,000 a year, but I know that you could actually earn a lot of money being a garbage collector in New York. Of
Yes?
course, yeah, you could.
You can earn a lot of money
You can, yes, in New York City.
in New York
Now,
City. Yes.
now your life expectancy is only about 5 years, but you'll earn a lot of money. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, but I know for a fact that some of those jobs in New York paid a lot. And I was thinking, well, maybe I could do that for a year. I don't know. What about you? Let's get some new people in here too. Carolina, this is your first time with us. What job would you hate doing, do you think, out of your list?
In my list, I wrote down janitor,
Janitor?
window cleaner because I hate heights, and I don't know the name of this profession. It's like this ground where there is a person wearing a costume of a rabbit. I don't know this kind of a party animator. I don't know, but
Clown.
every clown.
Yeah.
Clown. I see. Okay. Every time I see someone wearing costumes in front of a shop, for example, it makes me laugh because I think it is so ridiculous.
It's
And when the temperature is high, I think it should be very difficult to use this costume to work.
another good word for that would be not just ridiculous, but humiliating. Humiliating. Everyone.
Humiliating.
Humiliating. Take a look in the chat window. I've been
Okay.
writing some notes as you've been talking, all of you. So I think it would be a little bit humiliating to be dressed up in a bunny suit, handing out flyers on the street. You know, in New York, you have these people dressed up like superheroes or comic book characters or Sesame Street children's show characters, and handing out flyers to different Broadway shows.
Yeah.
So, but if you're working at parties, I guess you're just I guess we'd just say a clown, or a no, we would say a clown for that. So we've got different opinions already. High school teachers, garbage collectors, clowns, window cleaners. That's a pretty dangerous job, actually. If you're in a city, right? You'd have to be a little careful. Maybe we have time for one more. Let's get a face we don't see every day. Mr. Bruno, what about you? What was your worst job?
Okay. I've listed 5 jobs. That's right.
What's the worst out of the list? The one that you would most hate?
Okay, the one is a supermarket cashier,
Interesting.
taxi driver, waiter, I don't know the real word.
Waiter? Absolutely.
Right? Computer scientist.
Computer scientists, they make a lot of money. Are you sure you wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
And
Researcher.
Researcher, what's wrong with that?
Chercheur.
What's wrong with researcher?
I think it's not very interesting each day. You need to work at on the top, I think.
What's another word for how do we feel when it's not interesting? What's our emotional state? We feel what?
With a researcher?
Yeah.
I think
Want to hear an adjective here. I don't
Uh,
want to do it because I would feel what? Or it is what?
I would feel work at the top if I was researcher.
I would feel. Say it again?
To
What's
work?
What's the adjective?
Sorry, I don't know.
If you're doing the same thing every day, it never
Yes,
changes.
absolutely. You have understand.
I know, but what's the adjective?
Routine.
Routine is a good word. It's a routine job,
Yes, routine. That's right.
and it's monotonous. Monotonous. Take a look in the chat window, Bruno.
Okay.
I would feel bored. It is boring. So my feeling is bored. It is boring.
Yeah,
Or the job is routine, monotonous. Other words.
absolutely.
So these are some ideas about jobs you wouldn't like. Let's look at. I want you to take a look at the top of the screen here. We're going to read in just a moment, but I've picked out 2 sets of keywords. And the first part goes to paragraphs 1 to 3. The second is from 3 to 5. Right? Now, I want you to read through the definitions right now to yourself.
Okay.
From 1 to 8, from 9 to 16. Read them to yourself, everyone. Tell me if there's any words you don't understand in the definitions, and then we're going to see if we can match them up before we read. Okay? So take a minute, read to yourself.
Okay, I read.
To yourself.
Okay.
To yourself. That means
Okay.
silently. Silently.
I cut my microphone.
Silently. Okay? And when you've read all 16 definitions, tell me when you're ready. We're going to see if we can match them up. Is everybody reading?
Yes.
Good. At least one person is reading. Okay? Any words you don't understand in the definitions from 1 to 16? All right. Shall we give it a try? Shall we give it a try, everyone?
For the first sentence?
Well, I'm just making sure all of you are ready. Is everyone ready to try this exercise?
Yes.
Yeah? What about you, Roberto? Are you ready?
Yes, but I don't know the meaning of some words.
Of course, I know. Don't worry. Whatever we don't get, I'll help you with. So don't worry. Roberto, what about the first one? What do you think is the matching word? And remember, you're not supposed to know these words. You're going to learn them. So if you're not sure, don't worry.
Okay, I think it could be bats or silo.
It is batch. Your first guess was right. The amount of food prepared at one time, batch. Right? I'm going to prepare a batch of cookies. So number 1 is correct. Very good. Batch. Okay? And Rebecca, what do you think about definition 2?
A specific time or date by which you have to do something. My guess is Netherlands.
That is absolutely right. So far, so good, everyone. Okay, Mr. Shinue, what do you think about number 3? Another word for satisfaction or pleasure. Giving you satisfaction or pleasure, I should say. So this is actually an adjective.
Number 3, giving you satisfaction or pleasure. Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
That's right.
Pleasure. Rewarding.
Absolutely. Very good. Very good. Mr. Jose, 4.
Yes, 4. Making something very clean by putting a substance on it that kills bacteria. The answer is disinfecting.
Okay, excellent. Everyone knows the vocabulary so far. Carolina, what about number 5?
Dangerous is especially to people's health or safety. Hazardous.
Excellent. Hazardous. Very good. Bruno, we're to you on number 6.
The solid wastes.
This is my favorite word, by the way. My favorite word.
The solid waste that your body gets rid of.
Gets rid of.
Okay. Gets rid of plants.
No.
Why?
Try again.
It's a good word.
You don't go to the bathroom to get rid of plants.
Yeah, why not?
No. Try again.
Okay. Let me just 1 second.
It's not a word you use when you're having dinner. It's not a word you like to think about.
The solid waste that your body gets rid of.
When you flush the toilet, you're getting rid of. What's the technical name for it? Solid waste or? Uh-oh.
Excrement?
Excrement. Oh, I love that word. Doesn't that sound nice? Excrement. That's right.
Excellent.
Without being too disgusting, to excrete is a verb. That means to push out.
Okay.
Excrement is the waste. Okay. We're going to go back to the beginning of the class. So everyone's got all the answers right so far. Back to Mr. Roberto for number 7. This one. Okay, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
A tall round tower on a farm used for storing things such as grain and crops. Silo.
Pronunciation, silo.
Silo.
Silo. They're big tubes, big empty round tubes, really, really tall like buildings. But inside they have what the farm produces. All right, Mr. Shinue for number 8.
Number 8. Factories that produce power or process chemicals, etc. Plants.
Plants is exactly right. Another name for factories is plants. Like the nuclear plant. That does not mean it has leaves and flowers. It means it's a factory. Okay, let's try this in reverse. I'm going to say a word. You tell me the number of definition. I'll tell you if you're right. Okay, and at the end, I will post all the answers for you. Okay? The word is monitor. Who wants it? Monitor. Uh-oh. No one has it. Did you read all the definitions from 9 to 16 already? Or do you need to read them?
No.
Monitor.
Okay,
Number
let's
12.
say again, Shinue?
Number 12.
Number
No.
12 is correct. To regularly check is to monitor. Excellent. To wriggle. Wriggle. This is a word that is spelled with a W. W-R-I-G-G-L-E. To wriggle. To wriggle. To wriggle. By the way, if you're
Number
not sure...
13.
Move by.
Number 13. Number 13.
Mr. Shinue is correct again. To move by twisting. To wriggle out of a difficult situation is correct. Number 13. All right. That was probably the most difficult one. Here's one we said earlier. Monotonous. We said that word earlier. Monotonous.
Number 14.
14.
Oh my God.
14.
Number 14 is correct. Number 14 is correct. Hey, what's an eel? I'm feeling a little eel.
Number 10.
10.
Number 10, a long fish is an eel. The
Paper
rest
salad.
of them I think are pretty easy. Enthusiastic, I think you know that. Waste, we did an example of waste. Endangered, which one is endangered? That one could be difficult. Endangered.
Number 11.
Number 11 is correct.
11.
Okay, let me post the answers for you in the chat window. So waste was 9, eel was 10, endangered 11, monitor 12, wriggle 13, monotonous 14, 15, enthusiastic 16 was rush. I missed rush, sorry, but I think that was not such a difficult word. Okay, you've got all the vocabulary you need. Let's do a bit of reading. First job, Carolina, take it away. Job number 1, the dog food taster.
The dog food taster. The job. Tasting dog food to make sure it meets top brand's quality standards. What it involves: opening sample tins of each bath of dog or cat food, smelling it and eating it. Although Ford's sense of taste is different from yours, tasting is an important quality check to ensure each different ingredient is perfectly balanced in just the right way, says Philip Wells, the chief taster for Lily's Kitchen Pet Foods. Typical salary, 20,000 for an entry-level job in the quality department.
20,000 what?
What, dollars?
No, look at that
No,
symbol.
euros?
No, look at the symbol.
Pounds?
Pounds. 20,000 pounds.
For an entry-level job in the quality department. However, Wells says an experienced technical director can easily earn 50,000 pounds for more.
Hold on a
Worst
second.
part-
Hold on a second. 50,000 pounds to eat
Pound.
dog food. To eat dog food, 50,000 pounds. Who wouldn't do that? I would. Would you? Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Caroline.
Worst part of the job, the deadlines. For Wells, who admits he quite likes the food. The meat used in pet food has to come from animals that are not fit for human consumption under the Animal Feed Regulations 2010. He adds, there are some pretty terrible pet foods out there, and although I don't taste them, the smell is enough to turn the stomach.
There you go. By the way, it's animals that are fit, not that are not fit. Animals that are fit for human consumption. So we don't give food to them that we can't eat ourselves. Because when you were reading, you put in a not by mistake. But
Okay.
they are fit. Okay, one pronunciation issue. Just repeat after me. Pretty.
Pretty?
Yeah, because you're dropping the E at the end. Pretty.
Okay. Pretty.
Pretty
There are some
terrible.
Pretty terrible. Pretty terrible.
Good. And when you have the vowels inside, A-E-I-O-U, inside of a word, often we don't say them as the vowel, we say them as an sound. So it's not terrible, but it's terrible.
Pretty terrible.
It's a little terrible. Terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah. Really, really a quiet vowel. Okay, very good. Dog food taster, 50,000 pounds. Raise your hand if you would not want to be a dog taster. Exactly. No one has their hands raised. Who wouldn't want to do that? Well, I'm a vegetarian, so I probably wouldn't want to do it, but it seems like a good job. All right. Mr. Roberto, I'd like you to take job number 2. It's actually on the next page, so you got. Oh wait, sorry. Can you pick it up with job satisfaction, which is the ending of Carolina's text? Take the next paragraph for us, Mr. Roberto.
Job satisfaction. No 2 days are ever the same. Wells finds it rewarding that a project he has worked or will help pets to become happier and healthier.
Careful because it's a phrasal verb. Worked on. Worked on.
Work on. However, he acknowledged that some of the credit must go to another key member of the testing team, Lily, the Border Terrier.
That's right. If you're going to have dog food tasted, why not use a dog, right? It makes sense. Repeat after me. Acknowledges. Acknowledges.
Acknowledges.
Yeah, it's the jizz that was difficult. Jizz. Acknowledges.
Acknowledges.
Good. Remember, the G has got to be a little longer, like a j. So imagine you have the D with a j after. J. Acknowledges.
Acknowledges.
Okay, good. Okay, and keep going. Read the first 2 paragraphs of Hygiene Technician for us, Roberto. Then we're going to get a new reader. Go for it.
The job. Disinfecting areas that might have been exposed to biohazardous situations.
Continue.
What is involved? What is involved? Cleaning up, crime scenes, road accidents, and suicide. Cleaning house full of rubbish, rats, and excrement, among other things. The job is about keeping people safe, says Richard Lewis, an hygienic technician for Remington Peel. We deal with some extremely dirty sites.
That sounds like a nice job, doesn't it? Repeat after me. Biohazardous.
Biohazardous.
Good. Crime scenes.
Crime scenes.
That's it. You're dropping the S's at the end of the word. So I didn't hear hazardous and crime scenes with the S. Also, clearing houses. Houses.
Clearing houses.
That's it. Okay, very good. So, hygiene technician, your job is to clean up disgusting places. Crime scenes. Oh, that should be fun. What do you think, Mr. Bruno? Can you continue for typical salary, worst part of the job, best part of the job? The next 3?
With pleasure. Typical salary. The entry-level salary is usually around £14,500, and the top salary can be up to £22,000. Worst part of the job, cleaning up after suicides. Get used to the job being disgusting, but the emotional side of it is still hard, he says. You also smell like rotten eggs.
Wait. No. You got to go up to page 4.
Okay.
It jumps back to the. You also need to have. Look on the top of 4.
Let me. I don't see.
Go up to the top of page 4 on the
Okay.
right side. On the right side.
Okay. Need to have a sense of humor because some days can be difficult.
Okay. And job satisfaction.
Job satisfaction. Lewis finds the variety of tasks exciting. One day I'm cleaning up after a dead body. Another day I'm in a prison cell or out in the air, being lowered down into a silo to clean it. He also takes pride in the changes he makes. It's satisfying to make a hazardous site safe again, and it benefits society.
You know, one day you're cleaning up after a dead body, the next day you're being lowered into a silo. It sounds like a good job, right?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to do that? Bruno, I want you to repeat a few words for pronunciation.
Yeah.
First, let's do the numbers. The numbers were 20,000 pounds.
20,000 pounds.
Okay. Careful, because it's not a T, it's a TH. Thousand.
Right. 1,000.
Good. Good.
1,020 pounds.
Not 1,020, but 20,000.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Maybe I have the wrong numbers. Sorry, no, I read the wrong numbers. Whoops, no. On page 5. It was, 22,000 pounds. That was the first.
22,000 pounds.
14,500 pounds.
45,000 pounds.
No, listen. 14,000.
Okay. 14,500
pounds.
500 pounds.
That's right.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was the number on the bottom of page 5. There's one or two others. Suicides. Good.
Okay.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Disgusting with an S.
Okay. Disgusting.
Much better. Good. And I think there was one more on top of the page on page 4. What was it? I forgot what it was. I can't remember. There was another one, but I forgot.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I think it was. It's satisfying. Just want to hear that last sentence, please. It's satisfying to make a hazardous site safe again. Give me that sentence one more time, please.
It's satisfying to make a hazardous site safe again.
Hazardous. Not O, but
Okay.
Hazardous.
Hazardous.
Yeah, I'm still hearing an O. It's not dose. It's dis.
Okay.
Hazardous.
Hazardous.
Good. That's it.
Thank you.
That's very good. That's it. Okay. Mr. Shinue, can you take the first 3 in biogas? Let's find out about the biogas engineer, please.
Number 3, biogas engineer. The job, setting up biogas plants in developing countries. What it involves: linking a system which can be filled with human excrement, animal dung, and other waste products to toilets to produce a biogas that can be used for cooking and lighting. You have to know what size shape and the mixing pit needs to be, how to create the best temperature for the process, and where to build the biogas plant. This Bandaram Padel, Chief Technical Officer in Nepal for the charity Renewable World.
Okay.
Typical salary.
Sorry, keep going. Yeah.
Typical salary an entry-level salary is around 10,000, while a
Around, say again? Around what?
oh, a 10,000 pounds,
Right.
while a typical salary for a chief technical officer is 30,000 pounds. Worst part of the job for Pardell is seeing people struggling to survive on very little income. You have to be willing to get your hands dirty during the build process and inspections. Unsurprisingly, the
Anaerobic.
can you repeat?
Anaerobic. When you see AE together, it's pronounced ah. And here there's an R, so it's got to be R. So put it together, it's anaerobic. Anaerobic.
Anaerobic.
Perfect.
Anaerobic digestion. The process then takes place when bacteria eat the waste and produce methane.
Methane, which is the gas that we use. The gas that we're using to. Let me just double check. I didn't cut. Oh, I cut part of the words off. Hold on a second. I missed a little bit of the text. Let me just make a correction here. 1 second. There. I added. Because I had cut off the text. So after that line, I just added 2 more lines. Can you see what I added?
We are.
I just added 2 more lines to the bottom of your text. Can you see what I added there? Anaerobic digestion, the process that takes place. Keep going.
Meals like rotten eggs. It can be disgusting, and there's no room for mistakes.
Okay.
Job satisfaction.
Well, let me get one more reader here, so we can get everyone to give a chance. Okay, one more reader. Okay. So let's go on to, who did I skip? Rebecca, I know I skipped you. Can you take job satisfaction first? So we're doing job satisfaction of. To go to page 6. Top of page 6 for that.
Okay, now job satisfaction. Not 2 days are ever the same.
Nope. Sorry, right side, not left side. Right side.
Red side.
Yeah. I find it. Right side.
What is that? I don't know what is that, sorry.
Page 6, right side.
Page 6, yeah, right side.
Diretto. Job satisfaction. I find it very.
Job satisfaction. Okay. No, sorry, I don't follow you.
Okay, Jose, can you read job satisfaction on the right side? I find it very.
Yes. I find it.
No.
I find it very satisfying to know that I am helping people to increase their incomes and allowing girls to go to school by replacing the they need to collect firewood, says Paddle. My work improves the health and hygiene of whole communities.
Good. Not hygiene, but hygiene.
Hygiene of whole communities.
All right. We've got 2 more, so I'm only going to read what the job involves, because otherwise we're not going to have time to talk about this. Okay, so I'm going to, and then we can see if we need more time. Maybe we can have an extra class. But let's just go over the jobs 4 and 5. Okay, so Rebecca, let me give you a chance to read. Eel ecologist.
Eel ecologist. The job conserving the critically endangered European eel. What it involves? To monitor the site of the endangered eels, ecologists walk into the Thames.
Wait a second. You know what that word is because you live in London.
Yes,
Aren't
I
you?
know. It's the
I know.
river.
It's the river. Say the name for me.
Thames.
Thames.
Thames. Sorry, Thames.
Not Thames. Listen, Thames.
Thames.
It's not written the way it's pronounced. It's written Thames, but it's pronounced as if there's no H. Thames.
Thames.
That's it.
Thames. Yeah, Thames. And other London rivers full of eels, sometimes up to their armpits, and reach into a new field with up to 20 other adult eels to take one out with their bare hands. Adult eels can be a meter long, or even larger, and weigh up to 2 kilograms. They
2
are not
kilos.
2
2
kilos.
kilos.
2 kilos. They are not at all dangerous, but they are almost pure mussels, and they can be a little bit slimy.
Slimy.
Says Stephen Mowat, an eel conservationist and ecologist for the Zoological Society of London. We have to wait and measure them, and they will
Wriggle.
wriggle a lot. Wriggle
Okay.
a lot.
And the last sentence is on the top of page 7. Last sentence there. See it?
Okay. It's difficult to look professional while crawling on the ground, chasing an eel across the grass.
Chasing an eel across the grass. I do that every day. Every day. And I love it. Okay. Last one. Who did I skip? Who did not read? Did everyone read? I know, Jose, you had a short one. Roberto, did you read as well? I can't remember.
Yes, I read.
Okay, so Jose, you had a short one. Let me give you one more chance. Let's
Okay.
read about Shopping Channel Presenter, the job and what it involves.
The job selling and demonstrating a wide range of products on live TV. What it involves: presenting hours and hours of monotonous TV, while at the same time demonstrating the products are appearing to be enthusiastic and knowledgeable about everything that you're selling. I prepare and research as much technical and practical information as possible on every single product beforehand, says Shaun Ryan, presenter for Ideal World TV.
Excellent. Repeat after me.
Yes.
Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
Good. Knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Knowledgeable.
It's got too many letters, but in fact it's an easy word.
Yes.
Knowledgeable. Excellent. Okay. So,
Okay.
I don't want to run out of time. I want to give us a chance to talk about these things. But, by the way, I've given you some exercises. So, I'm going to suggest you do the exercises on your own, and I'll put the answers for you at the bottom of the document so you can correct yourself, because we don't have time to do it here. But, send me a message if you have any questions about why the answers are what they are. I want to go to the discussion. The first one I want to ask you about is a question which is not on the list. I want to know which of these jobs would you not do? No matter what the money was. No matter the money. So, Let's start with that question first. So we had, just summing up, we had what? Dog food taster. We had shopping channel presenter. We had biogas engineer, eel ecologist, hygiene technician. They don't sound that bad when you listen to the name, but when you think about what you have to do, it sounds a little bit, I don't know. Biogas is a nice way to say that you're working with animal and human excrement all day long. That does not sound like a fun job. So class, which of these jobs would you absolutely not do, no matter what the money?
Dog food taster.
No, really?
It is disgusting. I have to eat some food.
Well, apparently we don't give
The
bad
taste
food to dogs.
the taste won't be a good taste. It will be a bad taste, no?
I've never tried it.
Yes.
But then again, they say they're not going to give anything to dogs that they wouldn't give to humans. So how bad could it be? Although I know dogs sometimes are famous for eating their own excrement, so maybe dogs have a very different sense of taste. So maybe you're right. What about you, Bruno? Which of these jobs on the list would you absolutely not do?
Sincerely, I don't know.
Really? Would you be okay being an eel ecologist, sticking your hand into the net and pulling out slimy eels? Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah. Okay. Would you be okay doing it in the River Thames? Would you be okay sticking your hand into La Seine and pulling out fish? You'd be okay with that? If you are, great. You're in Paris, right? Aren't you?
In Montpellier, in the south of France.
Ah, okay. So you don't have dirty rivers there, so you don't know what it's like.
No, there isn't a dirty river. There is a sea, but
Right.
you know, in the south of France, the sea is not very, very clean.
It looked clean last time I was there. It's polluted, yeah?
It's not the Tamise or the Seine in France.
Right.
The beach is okay, but it's limit, I think.
Because I've been to Cannes, and I saw people going into the water, and everything seemed fine. So maybe I should think about that next time.
Okay, you're welcome.
Carolina, what about you? Which job on this list would you absolutely not do, no matter how much they paid you?
I think the hygiene technician.
Yeah, that's
because
tough.
I think disinfecting these kind of areas could be dangerous. I fear that that profession could contaminate. I'm afraid of getting sick because of this work.
Right, getting an infection.
Get an infection. Okay.
Right, which I just spelled wrong in the vocabulary window. Let me fix my spelling. Sorry. Sorry. Infection is infection, like that. Sorry.
Infection.
Yeah, imagine you were the one who had to clean up, like the emergency room in a hospital. There are things living on the walls of a hospital, for example, that can't really be. If you get them, there's no cure. They've got superbugs. Or imagine you've got to go to a scene of an accident. That would be pretty tough to do every day.
Yes.
It seems fun on CSI, but in reality, I don't know.
This job is very important for society, but I could not do this.
What do you do?
This from this list.
What do you do? What's your real job?
I'm a press advisor.
You're a press advisor, so that's nothing like a crime scene hygiene technician.
No.
Very different. Okay.
Nothing to do.
What about you, Roberto? I'd like to hear your opinion. I'm curious, no one has mentioned the biogas engineer. To me, that would seem to be the most important job of all of these, maybe, because it's like free energy, basically. It's really important, especially not just in developing countries, but it's something that we do in major cities. We recycle waste. What do you think, Roberto? Would you be a biogas engineer? Would you work in a sewage plant if it paid well?
Why not? Yes.
I
I don't like
I-
it.
yeah.
I don't
I
like
have
look.
I have no sense of smell, so I'm okay.
Yes, I suppose I will have I will work with a protection with
The
something.
mask.
Yes,
Mask.
yes. I have no. I think it's no problem with that. I think the worst is the dog food tasted, but the
Really?
meal
Why
is
does
inside because
I think that would be fine. Getting $50,000 to eat meat.
because other profession can be protected, but the food is inside your body. Okay,
I
it's
know, but it's just meat. How bad could it be, right?
I don't know what kind of meat.
Probably I don't. You know what? I don't know either. But it's human grade food. In other words, we could eat it. Then I mean, it's not.
Yes, yes, but
Hey, in some countries, people eat bugs. Bugs are a delicacy. Roaches are a delicacy in some countries. Horses are a delicacy. Dogs are a delicacy in some countries. You get used to it. It's just protein, Roberto. It's just protein.
yes, I suppose.
It's psychological. I have another question for you, all of you. What is the most unusual job you've actually had? Besides being a press agent or teacher, have any of you had unusual jobs? I'm just curious. I'm trying to think of the most unusual job that I've had. Right now I can't think. I've had a lot of jobs.
Teacher,
What about you, Shinue?
the computer games are very popular on the internet.
Right?
Some company develop some company is developing a new computer games. They trying to hire someone to play this kind of games.
Oh, you can get a lot of money to be a professional, not just to develop the games, but to just play them.
Yes,
online.
yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This
And
kind of person only play the games again and again, and trying to find the defect and mistakes about the game.
sounds like a dream job, right?
Yes, but it's very challenging for everyone. You must be the best player.
I wonder if you do. I wonder if you have to be the best player. Well, yeah, you've got to go up the level system, so I guess you have to be good at it. I knew someone whose job it was to make fonts, to make letters, and sell them to basically, I think it was basically to Google. That was his job. Sit all day and just design letters and look at different, which is an amazing job, I think. And I don't know exactly what the salary was, but I remember this person was able to travel the world and basically go for 3-4 months at a time. He could do it online, so he could bring his computer, but it seemed like he didn't have to work for large periods of time. And I had a roommate once, a housemate, who worked in Brussels as an interpreter, and I remember she used to spend 6 months on holiday. I swear it was 6 months, and she made so much in that period of time. Not saying that's a bad job. I'm just saying, thinking about unusual jobs. Those are two that come to mind. What about the rest of you? Have any of you done anything unusual? Anyone been a
No.
professional killer or no?
No.
Nothing like that.
I've never worked in this job, but I wouldn't like to work as undertaker or grave digger.
That's quite an in-demand job, actually. You know,
Yes?
it is. Yeah. People train for it, and it pays well, and yeah, that would be pretty tough, I think. I think it's often a family business. You're born into the grave, and you just continue on where they left off. Well, listen, we've got to stop at this point. Sorry to cut you off, because I have to begin the business class. But come back in the next class, and we'll maybe schedule a little bit more time. I know, I'm sorry. I've got to cut you off, though. I've got to start the next class. I'll be back in 30 seconds to start the business class. We're finishing up our vocabulary section of talking about the leisure, all about the leisure in the workplace. Bye for now, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.